Okay, we are almost there. In the next few slides, I will go over very quickly the highlights of the course. I have attached a PDF copy of these slides in the resource section for your reference. I grouped the DAS into three types. First one was all coax DAS or DAS 1.0. DAS 2.0 is coax and fiber-based DAS. I showed the core architecture of DAS 2.0. Core architecture because if you understand this architecture, you will be able to understand most of the DAS 2.0 platforms from different manufacturers in the market. We talked about common coax connectors used, common coax and fiber type and size, couplers we commonly use in DAS and well-known DAS manufacturers in the US. Signal source is not part of the DAS, but without them DAS is useless. There are two types of RF signal sources, repeater and radio-based. Radio-based sources have 5 common parts. We also discussed what makes a multi-carrier DAS and a MIMO DAS. We briefly talked about 5G and the technologies that will dominate this new generation of wireless network. Then we went over DAS 3.0, the third type of DAS, which is all fiber-based. Also laid out the core architecture of 3.0 as shown on this slide. We talked about common bands used in public safety DAS, laws and regulations guiding this kind of network, as well as coverage, power, alarm and monitoring requirements, etc. Understanding processes needed to deploy DAS is very important to be able to manage a DAS project. We talked about 5 such processes, discussed software used for engineering and deliverables that come out of survey and engineering, and principal documents you need for construction. To understand construction, I talked about the broad categories of materials and where in the building they are typically placed. Then we moved into 5 categories of construction activities. I talked about different kinds of tests needed for coax and fiber before we discussed high levels of commissioning and integration steps. I showed what goes on into closeout packages, why SLA is important for maintenance. Then we moved into business aspects of DAS and started with 4 different kinds of companies in this industry. We talked about cost components of DAS budget and different funding models. Towards the end, we showed 2 different ways to collect bid and put together a budget for a DAS project, and ended the course by diving into milestones of DAS project management. Now this is the end of the course. Hope you had a good overview of a DAS project. If you want to get further into engineering, you may want to consider learning about IBWave programming, for which you will have to check out their website. As for DAS project management, nothing is better than hands-on learning. For that, watch out for the next projects near you and jump into it. On the way, keep the materials from this course handy. Thank you and take care.